University. There we go. And then plans to go on to HUC to the cantorial school after that. And your dad isn't here, is he? Oh,
Yeah.
there he is. Okay. We heard that you were bragging about her last week. We'll talk about that after. And rightly so. So without further ado, we'll start the service. And sorry, Becky, go right ahead.
מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. להגיד בבוקר חסדך, באמונתך בלילות, עלה עשור ועלה נאבל, עלה הגיון וכינור, מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון.
If you know those words, join in.
Dadai kol haaretz, shiru ladonai, baruch hu shemo. We will sing unto God and praise His name, and we will sing and we will shout, and we will make a joyful noise unto God, yeah, unto God, unto God, Shiru Ladonai, Shiru Shir Chadashh, Shiru Ladonai, Yadadadai Kol Haaretz.
Again, Shabbat Shalom. We will turn to page 120 as I call Julie Arnold forward to light the candles for the Shabbat.
Yai dai dai dai, yai dai dai dai, yai dai 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 dai.
Amen.
Bring in the light, bring in the light, bring in the light of Shabbat. We light the lights of Shabbat. Bring in the light, bring in the light, bring in the light of Shabbat. We light the lights of Shabbat. Shabbat. Shalom. May you have a peaceful day. Shabbat Shalom. May you have a restful day. Bring in the light, bring in the light, bring in the light of Shabbat. We light the lights of Shabbat.
We turn to page 124, where we read responsively at the bottom of the page, "May the door of this synagogue be wide enough to receive all who hunger for love, all who are lonely for friendship.
May it welcome all who have cares to unburden, thanks to express, hopes to nurture.
May the door of this synagogue be narrow enough to shut out pettiness and pride, envy and enmity.
May its threshold be no stumbling block to young or straying feet.
May it be too high to admit complacency, selfishness, and harshness.
May this synagogue be, for all who enter, the doorway to a richer and more meaningful life."
We turn to page 138 for Lecha Dodi.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekavela.
Lecha Dodi, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekavela. Shamor v'zachor b'hidbur echad, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד, שמו אחד, לשם ותפארת ותהילה. לך דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת קבת לכו ונלכה, כי מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם ניסוחה, סוף מעשה במחשבה הילה. לך דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
We turn to the rear of the sanctuary to greet the Sabbath bride.
בואי בשלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני ים סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
Please be seated. As we move further along in the Sabbath, hopefully soon we will all be sated. We turn to page 142 for Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Hasharet, Malachi Elyon, Mi Melech Malachi Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Moechem LeShalom, Malachi Hashalom, Malachi Elyon, Mi Hamlachim, HaKadosh Kadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Nil Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei HaMlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Zeichem LeShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei HaMlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
We turn to page 144 for the Chatzi Kaddish as we rise in preparation for the call to worship the Baruch Hu, which is on page 146 following the Chatzi Kaddish.
Yitkadal ve'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach chirutei ve'amlich malchutei, mechayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael. Bagala, bagala, uvizman kariv, v'imeru, amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach, le'alam ulal me'amaya, yitzbarach, yitzbarach, ve'yishtabach, V'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh, v'yitalal, shemei dekudesha brichu, le'elam min kol birchata neshirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, Damihiran me'alma v'imeru. Amen.
Our service actually begins here with the Baruch Hu, the call to worship, on page 146. Please be seated. Turn to page 149. This is an hour of change. Within it we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or shall we cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly, on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over?
Al chai v'chayam, tamid yilenu kleleinu le'am bo'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, Amahaviv ha'chavim.
Page 150. Everlasting love you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and the doing of them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Page 150, Avat Olam.
Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta, Amcha ahavta. Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta, al kein Adonai Eloheinu beshochbenu, ufkumenu nasiach bekukecha, ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד, כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגי יומם ולילה, נגי יומם ולילה. ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים, ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל, אוהב עמו ישראל.
We turn to page 152 as we rise for the Shema. Hillel said, if you do not concentrate on the Shema fully at the evening service, it is as if you didn't say it, which is one of the major reasons we cover our eyes.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. Blessed is God's glorious majesty forever and ever. Please be seated. Join Becky, please, on page 154 for the Ve'ahavta.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם להות על ידיך, והיו לתותבות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Adonai Elohechem.
That last part, Lema'an Tiskaru, was in last week's Torah reading. It is the final part of the Shema, and I read it last weekend because it was the 50th anniversary of my bar mitzvah. Which quick math will tell you I'm... Please turn and read responsively with me on page 157 at the bottom. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth.
The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love.
From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves in your way.
Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces.
Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed.
Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea.
The Song of the Sea from the Torah, page 158, Mikamocha.
O mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, O mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh, O nor atehilot, O sefele, O nor atehilot, O sefele. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever had, redemption song, these songs of freedom. Malechutecha ra'u vanecha bokeh ayam lifnei Moshe veMiriam ozeli anu ve'amru Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever had, redemption song. These songs of freedom, redemption song.
On page 160, our prayer that we lie down and rise up in peace, the Hashkivenu.
Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim, l'chaim.
Please join me at the bottom of page 160 for the bracha from the Hashkivenu. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukkot shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people, Israel, over all the world, and over Jerusalem. Page 162, Vishamru.
V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat le'torotam merit olam. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat le'torotam merit olam. B'nei uvin, b'nei Yisrael, b'nei Yisrael, oti le'olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat le'torotam merit olam. K'sheshet yamim asa Adonai et ha-shamayim ve'et ha'aretz. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat le'torotam merit olam. Uvayom hashvi shavat vayinafash, Shavat vayinafash, Shavat vayinafash, Veshamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
For in 6 days Adonai made heaven and earth, and on the 7th day God ceased from work, Shabbat vayinafash, and he was refreshed. We turn to page 164 and rise for the tefillah. Pray as if everything depended on God. Act as if everything depended on you.
Adonai sefotai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, Mezocher Chasdei Avot v'Imachot, Umevi Geula Livnei B'neihem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer Umoshia Umagen. Baruch atah Adonai, Magein Avraham Yisrael Sarah, Atah Gibor Leolam Adonai, Mechaye Hakol, Atah Rav Lechoshia, Morid Hatal, Mechalkel Chayim Bechesed, Mechaye Hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim verofei cholim, Umatir asurim, Umechayem emunato, Lishenei afar, Michamocha ba'al gevurot, Umido melach, melech memit umechaye, umatzmiach Yeshua, v'ne'eman ata lehachayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai, mechaye hakol. Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, ukdeshim b'chol yom yahalucha sela. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
Please continue reading silently or with your own words to create a kavanah with God through page 180, and be seated when you've completed your prayers.
page 178, Shalom Rav.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata melech Adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata melech Adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov benecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael mechol beit uvechol sha'a bishlomecha. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
Take a deep breath. The sanctification of the Sabbath is occurring. There's a separation between Sabbath and the rest of the week. Feel it. Draw it in. There are those that cannot be with us tonight. There are those that are ill, lying on a bed of pain. There are those who are caretakers. There are those who have lost loved ones recently. For all these and for anyone in need of healing, we turn to page 371. Please rise. If you have a name to include, please include as many names as you like for a Misha Beirach, a blessing for healing. Please include the names. Put your arms around each other. If you're alone, be with someone.
Mi sheberach avotenu mikor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mi sheberach yimotenu mikor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in
Please be seated. I think this week the entire country is in need of a little healing, don't you? So, just before I start my journey that the rabbi asked me to go on, there was a time, a little story, just before Rosh Hashanah one year, a team of anarchists invaded a synagogue. And they take the rabbi, the cantor, and the president of the synagogue hostage. Hours later, the state governor is standing tough. He won't give them $1 million, nor a getaway car, nor a jumbo jet. And the anarchists gather together the 3 hostages in a corner and inform them that things look bad, and they're going to have to shoot them. Nevertheless, to show that they're not really a bad bunch, they'll grant each hostage one wish. Please, says the rabbi, for the last 2 months, I've been working on my Rosh Hashanah sermon. What a waste to die now without having carried it before a congregation. I'll go happily if you let me recite my sermon. It's only an hour and a half. Tops. Well, the terrorists promised to grant the wish. Well, please, says the cantor, after 50 years, I've finally gotten Hineni. Hineni unimas, right. And what a waste to die and not sing it to an audience. It's only 45 minutes long, and then I'll go happily. Well, the terrorists promised to grant that wish too, and they turn to the synagogue president, and he says, please, please, shoot me first. Hopefully that story won't apply at the end of my talk. So Shabbat Shalom. I told members of the Saturday morning minyan that I was going to put together one Devar Torah for the week, because I'm speaking tomorrow too. I told them that if they came tonight, they would hear the same talk tomorrow. I now apologize to them, but that is not quite true. So now you can come back tomorrow. You see, Rabbi A has requested that tonight I take you down a road on my Jewish journey. When I first set out to put my talk together, I did some of that, but as Julie, my dear Julie, pointed out, I only took a few steps down that road and spent much of the time writing on this week's Parsha, Korach. She pointed out that maybe, just maybe, the story of my Jewish journey might be of interest, and that now I'm not so sure how interesting a trip that is, but I will be going home with Julie this evening, so in interest of Shalom Bayit, I rewrote the talk. Perhaps it will make for a better travelogue. I'll leave it to you to decide. So for those of you who are old enough, I will quote the actor MacDonald Carey. Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives. Each of us is on a journey. Each of us is wandering down a personal road. And when did this all start, the Jews? Well, we all know that Abraham went far from home, and that was the beginning. Personally, I've been far from my beginning. I grew up in Toronto, Los Angeles, Chicago, New Jersey, Liverpool, England, and now I've lived all over the world. I've served in the Canadian Armed Forces, and I've been serving Hashem more directly as a cantor for over 40 years. I've been on board United States naval vessels and done services. I've served as the only continuing presence in the pulpit for almost 10 years through 5 rabbis at a congregation in California. What I just recited was, in short, a travelogue. But a journey is not important for where we have been. No, the important thing on a journey is what we've seen along the way and what we have learned. And as I look back, I can't help think of another journey. A journey not taken by Abraham, but by his grandson. After all, we are all descendants of Abraham. But Israel came into being when Jacob struggled with Hashem. When Jacob on his journey awoke from his dream, his first words were, truly, Adonai is in this place and I did not know it. We are surrounded at all times by the loving presence of God. I know that now.
but I haven't always known that. When my journey first began, I questioned, I argued, I rebelled, and I even rejected the God of my fathers. But then life took me down some interesting roads. As we all do, when I was young, I knew that I was invincible. I thought I was traveling down my own road, and I thought I was controlling my own ride. That's what I thought. Sure, my dad told me that God was always there guiding me, guiding the way. But I knew better. If God was there, why didn't he show himself? Who was my father, or a rabbi, or anyone to tell me how I should go through life, or what to do, or what to believe? Sound familiar? If you know Parshat Korach, it should. I had the benefit of a good Jewish education. I remember from my earliest days sitting at the Shabbat table and hearing my father's basso profundo recite the Kiddush. Every day we would cite the Kriya Shema. I led junior congregation. I went to shul with Dad. What could be missing? Well, I always wanted to sing like Dad. So at my first opportunity, I joined the junior choir at Beth Hillel in Wilmette, Illinois. I sat down with all the guys, and they handed out the music. You've been in choirs, you've been there. And we sang Torah Temet. One problem. All the guys opened their mouths and said, Torah Temet. I opened my mouth and I went, Torah Temet. I didn't know I was a boy soprano, but now the cantor looked down and said, get over with the girls. And I was mortified. Looking back, I wish I'd been 12 instead of 9. Sitting with the girls would have been a treat. But so life went on. We moved back to Toronto, and I continued to sing in shul. I went to university and then won an opera scholarship at the Royal Conservatory of Music. And while I was there, I was approached by the vice principal, Gordon Kushner, who asked if I could come by and audition for his choir at Beth Tzedek Synagogue in Toronto. And that was an honor. I went and found myself in the company of 11 other singers. When they opened up, I almost left the room. You see, 6 of them had either won Metropolitan Opera auditions or sang with the Met. The rest had pretty impressive voices, too. I got through the audition, and Dr. Kushner asked me to come join them. Wow. A double wow came when he told me I was going to be paid. What? Sing in shul and get paid? Could life be any better? Well, one thing led to another, and then I had the opportunity to study with some of the great cantors in Toronto, and some of those were the best in the world at the time, world-class cantors. And I decided that I wanted to go to the Jewish Theological Seminary, JTS, Cantorial School. So I flew down to New York, and I met with Rabbi Lvcnt, who was in charge of the school. I stayed for a while, and I studied. And then Rabbi Lvcnt asked me a key question. He said, Jeff, I know you love Kazanisha music. I know your heart is with Hashem. But do you want to have to go to shul to make a living? That was a good question. I'd never thought of it that way. The rabbi pointed out that I came from Toronto, where it was mostly second generation and where the shuls were full every week. But I would likely be working in the United States, where, and I quote, Rabbi Lvcnt said, most weekends you could fire off a cannon in shul and not hit anybody. What did I want? The answer came clear. So for ensuing decades, I continued private study, I continued working at the high holidays, and until the late 90s, when I served Temple Eitz Ramon in Carlsbad for close to 10 years, I didn't serve full-time. I also pursued secular endeavors, but those are a story of another day. Hopefully, Julie, you're satisfied and tonight's journey home will be fun. But in the light of what is happening in our country and around the world, I am deeply concerned and would like to talk a little bit this week about Parshat Korach. Some of you might have politically correct objections to my comments. Others will not. Some of you may think that what I am saying is inflammatory. Others will, if Hashem grants me some modicum of eloquence, have a burning desire to take some action. I hope that's the case, because we as Jews know that our own actions are needed in the world to help with the completion of creation. How many of you remember the movie Rebel Without a Cause?
Who starred? James Dean. Well, the original rebel without a cause was not James Dean, but rather Korach, the subject of this week's Torah portion. Korach was a rabble-rouser, and as with all skilled troublemakers, Korach framed his accusations in such a way as to make it difficult for Moses, to defend himself. He could have attacked Moses on many fronts for his most obvious flaws. Instead, Korach charged Moses with a character flaw for which there could be no defense, namely a lack of modesty. Concerning Moses and Aaron, Korach stated, "You take too much upon yourselves, for the whole congregation is holy, and the Lord is among them. Why then do you lift yourselves up above the assembly of the Lord?" In Bamidbar, chapter 12, verse 3, we're told that Moses was the most humble man on earth. So the conundrum is that he was unlikely to protest Korach's words by declaring his absolute humility. It was only through divine intervention that the children of Israel recognized Moses as their bona fide leader. Now here's the key. Rashi correctly points out that when dealing with Korach, we can learn a great deal about his character by analyzing his accusations. Rashi writes, "He who condemns others condemns only his own blemish." Rashi teaches us an invaluable lesson about human nature. We tend to suspect others in ways that reflect our own flaws. Well, in today's Middle East and around the world, we see this lesson repeated in false charges leveled against Israel and by her enemies. But these charges are not just leveled against Israel, but against all Jews. Each of us in this room, your children, your grandchildren, all of us, and by extension, they're leveled against America. Even just today, New York University students for justice in Palestine blamed the recent police shootings on Israel. In today's news, the crimes and atrocities we are accused of are so heinous and espoused so well with the help of the best public relations machine ever created, better even than the Third Reich, that if they become the dominant view, they will threaten all of us and the entire future we strive for. And here the argument begins. Here is where Jews become our own worst critics and enemies. Here is where we tend to stick out our heads in the sand and say to ourselves, well, it can't be that bad. If you listen to the accusations, to our enemies' vitriol, and believe for 1 minute that it is only rhetoric, then in the long run, if you think that we will be all right by listening to it, then your head is in the sand. The main problem for me is that with that posture, we present a very tempting target to our enemies. Our enemies? Jeff is just ranting. Well, perhaps I am. But the divisions between Jews that realize that we are indeed the canaries in the coal mines of the world, and those who want to believe that the status quo can be maintained in the face of rising enmity and force, has always been a bitter one. One that our enemies know full well and have always taken full advantage of. The longest puzzle is, why is there so much disrespect, discord, friction, and rebellion among Jews who share so much history and heritage? When Titus's Roman legions destroyed Jerusalem, they found no less than 24 different Jewish factional groups fighting among themselves, each convinced that they and only they had the right path to ensure Chiyam Ha'umah, the survival of the Jewish people. The Roman historian Flavius Josephus wrote that the Jews fought with each other, doing everything their besiegers could have desired. The result, I continue to quote, Roman horses waded in Jewish blood up to their noses, the blood flowing in streams to the Mediterranean a mile away, uprooting heavy rocks in its course. Only one surviving faction, Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai's group, was left standing, and the others were never heard from again in Jewish history. And as the quote goes, because this was Tish B'Av, nor was the sound of laughter from Hashem. We as Jews all seem to have our own rebellions as we go through life. The term Korach is derived from Korcha, which means split, indicating a breakup among the Jews, which in the Parsha causes the ground to split and swallow the troublemakers into a fiery crevasse. Now, I've only alluded to this week's Parsha and wandered down another path. So why? Because in the light of very recent events this week and the weeks before, the answer is clear. We as a people and Israel as a nation are approaching it as the existential crossroads. The journey and what we must do to pass the crossroads successfully must be our primary concern. It is imperative that we all must put aside our petty political differences and concern ourselves with presenting a united front to the world. We cannot afford to have a korcha, a split in our fragile people. Israel and Jews worldwide have never been in so much danger. How many of you remember a time before the modern state? Do you want to go back? All that is needed is our silence, our going along with the status quo. We know who the enemy is, but we are so cowed by the media, we are so scared of our own shadow that we won't speak up. So there you have it. I'm only one man, albeit a very concerned man, but only one man. I can speak with you, I can reason with you, but it falls to Hashem to make each of us unhappy enough and fill us with a burning desire to act in our own self-interest. If each of us no longer sits by, if each of us moves to act, then perhaps our collective efforts can lead to the light of a newer, safer day. So that is some of what I've learned on my journey. We mortals stand at the bottommost rung of the ladder looking up. On this plane, it's our nature to join in physical spaces and look up together. Such is Ner Tamid and the other temples that I've had the privilege of praying in and serving. I'm a lucky man. Years ago, I woke up and chose to walk the path with Hashem and try to serve. Along the way, I've been privileged to learn the community is the place where we can truly grow to be our best selves. I have been comforted with laughter, friendship, love, and hugs. And here at Ner Tamid, you've blessed me by allowing me to be part of your lives. Thank you all for the opportunity to join you in the journey. We are all tourists through life. Indeed, we are ourselves the ticket. And on each trip, we have the opportunity to be taught, comforted, and blessed if we so choose. One day, I woke up from my dream like Jacob, and I hope never again to say, now that I am awake, as I did in my errant youth, truly Adonai is in this place, and I did not know it. We must all wake up, speak up, and partner with Hashem. Shabbat Shalom. We're now going to turn to page 586 as we open the Aron Chodesh and rise for the Elena.
Aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol, latet gerula leotze breshit, shelo asanu kigoye haratzon, velo samanu kimishbechot adama, shelo som chalkenu kachem, vigor aleinu kechol hamonam. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
As the Aron Chodesh is closed, you may be seated. We now turn to that moment in the service when we remember those
of our congregation and those in the world who have passed both recently and in years past. If you have any names to include for a Kaddish, please rise and include those names. Include our thoughts to include all those who have died recently, including the officers in Dallas and the people that were shot uselessly on the road. Go ahead. Thank you. Members of our congregation who have died recently: Bennett Wilgard, Jesse Glasser, Anicia Rubel, Matthew Gale, Sylvia Goldschlag, Clarice Goldberg, Delina Perry, Jan Tenner, Arthur Sliphock, Geraldine Siletta, William Reinhardt, and those for whom we say Yortzeit: Estelle Borokoff, Saul Bossack, Catherine Kuhn, Irving Eichner, Robert Frankel, Jason Giancaspro, Rosalind Goldberg, William Goldberg, Walter S. Kahn, James Kelly, Rose Kesterbaum, Melvin Krause, Jacob Lader, Norman Lieberman, Carl Lunenfeld, Harriet Moskowitz, Marianne Milstein, Roberta Price, Henry Swern, Morris Wahlberg, Gerald Toffel, Arnold Taskell, Marion Sussler, Mary Ellen Jensen Stokes, Edith Stein, Leonard Spector, Earl Saram, Anita Cerno, Joseph Schwartz, Ruth Schiller, Malka Santer, Dora Salmon, Adolf Roth, Jack Rivkind, Jacques Pouget-Levy. You can shed tears that they have gone, or you can smile because they have lived. You can close your eyes and pray that they'll come back, or you can open your eyes and see all that they have left. Your heart can be empty because you cannot see them, or you can be full of the love that they shared. You can turn your back on tomorrow and live for yesterday, or you can be happy for tomorrow because of yesterday. You can remember them and ache that they have gone, or you can cherish their memory and let them live on. You can cry and close your mind, be empty and turn your back, or you could do what they would want. Smile, open your eyes, and go on. We rise now for the mourner's Kaddish, as we rise as a community for those who have somebody to say Kaddish for them and those who do not, on page 598. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabba, be'alma divrach hirutei be'amlich malchutei, b'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'zman kariv yimru amen. Yehei shmei Rabba mevorach le'olam u'lo me'omayach. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei d'kudusha brichu, le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma v'yimru amen. Yehei shlama Rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Going to have a Kiddush. Please be seated. After the Kiddush, we will have a closing song and be retiring to the social hall for a little snack and some time together. I'd like to ask everybody who has a July birthday to come up to help us with the Kiddush. Nobody was born in July, huh? Come on. Becky's mom. Come on up and get some wine here. It's grape juice. Have some grape juice. Becky will now do a closing song, and please join us in the social hall for some goodies. Shabbat Shalom.
This is Ose Shalom. Ose Shalom bimroma, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Ose Shalom bimroma, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Ose Shalom bimroma, Shalom aleinu, Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Say shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Oh, say shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Oh, say shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, Becky.
Thank you.
Shadow, come here. Come here, puppy. He's waking up.
I loved your bar.
Thank you.
So wonderful.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Looking forward to getting a chance to work with you again.
Yeah, definitely.